Hello, you gorgeous ones. Thank you for being here, my very first Facebook Live. And what I wanted to share with you was my fabulous experience last night or yesterday. I actually went to see Miss Byron Katie again in Amsterdam. And it was amazing because this time, I think for the first time ever, she was in this huge room, and there were like 1,200, 1,300 people. And I know, yeah, for some of you that might not be a lot, but here in Holland, that's a big, big room. We are a small country after all. And so, you can imagine 1,200 people there, the buzz, the excitement. And it was really interesting because when she asked for a show of hands of who was new to the work, there was I would say about 60% there that was new to the work. So, fabulous. That meant that 60% of the people there were opening up to this ability to start working with themselves, to use these questions, and to do this inquiry with themselves. So I was like, oh yeah, rocking it. Awesome. So all of that is what's happening, and that's exciting stuff. And what she does at these get-togethers, these evenings, is she invites people to come up on stage. Of course, she does a bit of general talking and explaining, but at some point she will say, okay, would you like to come on stage with me and do the work? And so after a few people, she invited this lady to come up. And she sat down, and you know what? It's not even interesting what her story was. What were the details about what she was there to talk about? Because that's really not the point. The point of the work is for her to find answers. And while we were listening to her and seeing what was happening, we do the work ourselves as well, and we check in and we see, okay, so where is that true for us or not? And so I was seeing this woman on stage, and she was so fucking brave. I was baffled. It is really, really, really vulnerable to be there. And I'm not talking about the fact that you're sat in front of a huge audience that are all like staring at you and that are hearing your innermost thoughts and that are seeing some of the stuff that is coming up for you. That can be really, really ugly. And ugly is a judgment, I know that, but you know what I mean. When you hear yourself say stuff sometimes, it is true and it is honest, but it can sometimes shock you. Oh my God, is that what I believe? Is that what I was thinking? Was that how I was behaving? And she was so brave and so incredibly honest with herself. And it was beautiful to watch how she was able to get to that really still place, and that place where she could really check in with herself and understand what was happening and what was the process. And this was something that had happened 2 years ago. But, it can be anywhere in your past or in your present that you do the work. But so you can imagine somebody who checks in with something that's 2 years or in the past. And so it really requires for you to really be very in touch with your feelings, your beliefs, all of that's going on for you. And she really was. And so the key message that I want to share here is, fuck yes. Be brave, because you know what? Her outcome was amazing. There was so much clarity, and there was so much, I'm going to say, release from these incredibly negative thoughts, this pattern of thinking that was really dragging her down and that was distracting her from where she wanted to be. And I think, she's not alone in her ability to do that. Anybody can do that, but it takes a bit of courage. It takes you to really get to do it. But why don't you try it? So I know you can, and I know that I can. And we all have this ability to be brave, to be honest, to really speak our shit, the stuff that is in our minds and that is locked in there, and our judgment. It's like stopping us from speaking it. It doesn't want to come out. Because we're like, oh my God, I can't share that with the world. I can't be. And you don't have to share it with the world. With the work, the wonderful thing is you can write it down. So you can just put it to paper. But even that is really quite confrontational. But afterwards, it is such beautiful work to do. So there it is, my first Facebook Live, and sharing what I saw and experienced last night. Really experienced. Very intentional, very emotional, very intense, and very human, which I really, really loved. So thank you for watching this, and take care, and I'll speak to you again some other time. Bye bye.